I decided to create this video to give my take on, hopefully explain some of why everything happened with Liangelo over the past few days, the way it happened. And I think it's a pretty good take. First off, congratulations, Liangelo. Everybody's happy to see you. You kind of represent the underdog in all of us. Like a blue collar guy that keeps just getting um, knocked down repeatedly and keeps getting back up and keeps moving. And we're all so proud to see you finally make it, finally cross the finish line, so to speak. Um, to understand, a couple of days ago, 3 days ago, the Hornets announced that they signed Liangelo to a non guaranteed contract. And then literally the next day, they cut him. And a lot of people are like, what? Why would they do this? It's so disrespectful. Blah, blah, blah. And it first caught me off guard. And then I remember the G League rules of signing that I'd read into a few weeks ago about signing players to have their rights for the G League squad, et cetera, et cetera. So it was all planned. They signed him just to cut him, pretty much immediately. But this way, he doesn't enter the draft. The Hornets have his rights, so he will be going to the Greensboro Swarm. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And I was kind of worried because Greensboro's pick in the first round is number 26 out of 28 teams. So it's like, almost the last pick in the first round. So 25 opportunities, Liangelo could have gone somewhere else. Unlikely, because nobody really showed a lot of interest. But, this is the G League team, so it could have happened for sure. Anyways, so I think to understand why this happened, over the whole summer league to not making the Hornets roster to now, for sure making the Swarm roster, and unless something incredible happens between now and then, he's going to make the Swarm roster. To understand why all this has happened, the way it has happened, you gotta look back and look deeper into the situation and the people involved in making these decisions. And you got to look back at their past and their values. And honestly, some of them just that they're set in their ways, Michael Jordan played under Dean Smith. Last season, people were very upset about Lamelo not getting the keys to the offense right off the bat. And I was like, I knew he wasn't going to get the keys right off the bat. I knew it because when Michael was a freshman at UNC, he didn't get the keys right off the bat. Dean Smith didn't believe in giving freshmen too much exposure, believed they had to earn their place. And Michael did. By the end of the season, he did earn his place and trust enough from Dean Smith to take the final shot in the 1982 NCAA championship, and he won the game. And if you look at James Borrego, the Hornets head coach, he was an assistant under Greg Popovich, Greg Popovich is pretty much like the Dean Smith of the NBA. All about values. His players, look at him like a father figure, as did a lot of Carolina players look at Dean Smith like as a father figure. When Dean Smith passed away, he sent every single player from his estate, sent every single player who played from at UNC a $200 check to go have a nice dinner. And that was in his will. And a lot of those players never cashed those checks. They just hung them on their walls because they were so proud. I mean, that's the kind of guy Dean Smith is. Never wants credit for anything. Same thing with Popovich. They don't like people giving him credit. And everybody considers him a father figure. And, it's bigger than basketball, the values that they have and they teach. So, and Borrego was an assistant under Popovich. So you got two guys, the owner of the team, the head coach, both believe in a very similar value system. Then you got Mitch Kupchak, who's also a Tar Heel. He did all 4 years at UNC in the 1970s. And you got a lot of guys with the same values like that, not like to give rookies or freshmen too much exposure, and also liking to give people, the process that they've earned. Now, let's go over the training camp roster. You got guys like Xavier Sneed. He played for the Swarm last year. Uh, Arnoldas Kabalka, he's been playing. He's the Hornets have had his draft rights for a few years, and been playing in Lithuania for the past few years. Scotty Lewis was drafted in the draft this year. Same with JT Thor. The only one that doesn't make a lot of sense to me is DJ Carton. He was undrafted and then signed to the training camp roster. I felt like Liangelo earned that spot, but I don't know. That one kind of confuses me. My point is the other four guys: Sneed, Kobolka, Lewis, and Thor. They were in the process um, of having a shot to make the team. So if you think about it, Liangelo came in as a walk on this summer. And if he would have taken one of these guys' spots, I mean, how do you think the guy who got kicked out uh, for Liangelo would have felt? Like, damn, man, I put in all this hard work. I got drafted. I've been playing in the G League. I've been playing in Lithuania, whatever. And, this guy, this rookie's Lamelo's brother just came in and take my spot. My opinion is I think that MJ and everybody they just came to the conclusion that we have to give these guys a chance. They're in the process. We selected them. They've been working. This guy Langelo might be good, but it'd just be kind of rude for him to let him come in and take one of their chances away. So I felt like this was the whole game plan from the beginning to let these guys have their fair shot at training camp and preseason. Let them have the proper opportunity to prove themselves, and a lot of them just didn't. And now we see Liangelo getting signed and going to the Swarm. So I think this is what they had in plan all along, really, to be honest with you, to give those guys a fair shot. Because, like I said, the value systems that MJ has, the value system that Borrego has, I mean, they're just old fashioned. They like to trust the processes like that. And yeah, that's just my take on it so far. So hope y'all enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Peace.